Hey, I'm your host, Jen Wheeler, and this is the Healthy Her podcast. I'm a teacher, author, and foodie who went from being addicted to sugar, skipping meals, and struggling to get in control of my eating, to someone who is 10 kilos down, eats all the yummy foods without restriction, and is finally in control of my hunger. I'm obsessed with helping other health-conscious women ditch the confusion and overwhelm so they can cultivate healthy eating habits and truly thrive. The Healthy Her podcast was created to give you real talk about healthy eating, as well as easy, actionable tips that fit seamlessly into your busy lifestyle. I'm not just your host. Think of me as your healthy eating hype gal, your personal cheerleader as we chat all things healthy eating, weight loss, and mindset mastery, so you can become the healthiest, happiest version of you. So if you're ready to ditch the guilt, reclaim your confidence, and unlock the very best version of you, then you're in the right place. So let's get started. Hello, and welcome back to another episode of the Healthy Her podcast. I am in the best mood. I just had such a good workout, and it is finally springtime here in Australia. So I'm ready to shake off the winter blues and the lack of motivation and just to start waking up and feeling good. I'm someone that really struggles with the dark mornings. Like, I'm such a morning person, and I love to just get up, go and work out, have my healthy breakfast, start my day. And I find that the dark mornings in wintertime just slow me down and definitely suck a lot of motivation out of how I feel in the morning and just my motivation to do things in general. So feeling good, spring is here. So if you see me bouncing around and smiling, that is why, because I'm definitely a warmer weather person. So in today's episode, I am going to be talking about all of the things that you can do for a 7-day weight loss reset so that you can start feeling good and so that you can start seeing and feeling some results. Now, just before I go into today's episode, you can download my free reset checklist. I'll pop it down in the show notes below. And this checklist is one that I always go back to when I feel like I need a bit of a reset. You know, like I feel like my eating's gotten a bit all over the place. I'm not feeling very organized, like pantry's a mess. And this is my simple step-by-step checklist that I do to kind of give myself a clean out, a tidy up, to get organized. And so I feel back on track and ready to reset my healthy eating. Now, because it is springtime in Australia, spring often feels like a second new year, like a fresh start, like a good time for a reset, you get that kind of urge. I don't know if you've had that yet, the urge to sort of tidy everything and clean everything up and throw out some old stuff and buy some new, maybe sheets for your bed or some cushions for your couch or those kind of things. Springtime's a really good time to do a refresh and a bit of a restart. And it always just feels like a second new year. Now, because it is springtime and the weather is going to start warming up and things, you're probably tempted to think, okay, the weather's warming up, I need to maybe go on a diet. I need to cut back on what I've been eating over winter. I've been eating a lot of heavy carb-based starchy foods. I haven't been moving very much. Or the thought of having to put on less clothes. You can't wear tracksuits and baggy clothes anymore. The thought of putting on shorts and a t-shirt or a dress or something like that scares the crap out of you. In this episode, I want you to really think about how you do your reset at this springtime. Because like I said, I know the temptation is to go, well, I'll just cut down on what I'm eating and I'll eat less and I won't eat past through and I'll quit sugar and you'll do all the things. The aim of this episode is to really switch your thinking around that. And I really want to stress that simple works best. Now, I know as women, we are always looking for the shortcut, the quick fix, the easiest way to do something, and that there's somehow this magic thing that we need to do, and it's got to be really hard and difficult, and that's going to get us the results that we want, and that's going to get us looking and feeling our best. And it doesn't work that way. It's the simple things done repeatedly and done consistently over time that work the best. They work, but they also work for the long term because there's something that you can sustain and maintain. So if you're listening to this and you've already started doing the mad Google because the warm weather is coming and you're trying to find a weight loss plan or a program or trying to follow someone else's day on a plate or some restrictive cleanse, this is your reminder that you don't need to do any of those things and that the simple, healthy daily habits done repeatedly over time is what will work and is what will set you up for success for life. So in this episode today, I just want to give you some really simple tips that you can literally start doing right now, like after you finish listening to this podcast, some really simple things that you can do to help reset your healthy eating, like super simple ones you can just start straight away. Nothing fancy, nothing complicated, no hours of meal planning and meal prep, just some really simple habits that are going to work. And these are habits that I consistently do over time. These are habits that my Healthy Eating Hype Girl members do consistently over time. And they have such a massive impact because they work. They will help you to eat healthy consistently. They will help you to feel good. They will help you to start looking better. And they're really simple and easy to do, which is also too why I love them. And as always, this is your reminder, you don't need fancy or complicated. This is the simple stuff that works. And that's why I want to share these things with you today. Okay. Number one, for our 7-day weight loss reset. So, number one, I want you to start your day with a high protein breakfast. Now, I'm sure that you've heard this before. I'm sure you have. I'm sure you've heard eat more protein and you need to have more protein in your diet. But I want to explain to you why. So you may be really good at this. You might always start your day now with a high protein breakfast. You might be knowing that you need to start your day with a high protein breakfast, but you haven't quite made it happen. Or you might do some days high protein breakfast, some days a piece of cold toast and a glass of orange juice as you walk out the door, and you still kind of haven't found your groove with eating a high protein breakfast. As this podcast, I want to have the conversations with you that I wish someone had had with me. The reason that it is really important that you start your day with a high protein breakfast is this. When you start your day with a high protein breakfast, it is setting yourself up for success for the rest of the day. When you start your day with a filling, nutritious, high protein meal, you feel satisfied and you feel full for longer. All of the women that I have converted to eating a high protein breakfast have all commented and all told me that, wow, Jen, I've literally had my breakfast in the morning and I'm not hungry until lunchtime. That is the power of eating a high protein breakfast. It also helps you make better food choices because if you think about it, when you're hungry, you can't make good food choices. When you feel full, when you feel satisfied, when the meal that you've eaten is lasting longer than like half an hour and you're hungry afterwards, when it's lasting, you can make good food choices and you can be at work and someone can say, hey, do you want like a couple of Tim Tams? And you can go, oh, no, I'm good, thanks. Because you're actually full and you don't feel hungry. So you don't feel like you need to eat those Tim Tams. So eating a high protein breakfast can have a significant impact on how you eat for the rest of the day, not only in that moment, but also for the rest of the day and can help you make better food choices. Okay, so if you're completely new to this, how do you eat a high protein breakfast? In my opinion, for me personally, I have found the best way to do this is to add protein powder to my breakfast. Now, I know if you're new to protein powder, you're probably going, like, I've tried them, Jen, and they're disgusting. And I promise you've just tried the wrong ones because I've tried so many. And yes, I agree with you. Some of them are disgusting and taste like chalk. I use the Happy Way protein powders. I have always used them. It's the only protein powder I use in all of my recipes because I genuinely love it. My kids have it. It's in all of my cooking, my Hype Girl recipes. It's the only one I love because it's all natural and it tastes amazing. And I have an ongoing code with them. So if you ever want to try any of the Happy Way products, my code is HAPPYACTIVEBOD and it is just consistently ongoing that you can use anytime. So how do you add protein powder to your breakfast? You can add it to a smoothie. Okay, you can add it to a bowl of oats and pop some fruit on the top. You can mix your protein powder into a tub of yogurt and add some favorite fruit and your granola. There are so many ways that you can add protein powder into your breakfast. And I personally have just found that this is the good and the best way that I found personally to get that really good amount of protein in to start my day. So that's why I've always added protein powder into my breakfast. And like I said, you can be really flexible. Like you don't have to have a smoothie. If you're like, I don't really like smoothies, have oats. Or like that's the other reason why I created the Real Nourish meal prep mixes because the protein powder is actually included in them. So our protein pancake tray bake and the protein breakfast crumble, it's all got the protein in it, so you don't have to worry about it. But there are so many different options of how you can have your protein powder in your breakfast. So definitely have a play around, try some different things, and just keep going until you find that one that you love. And just on that high protein breakfast, I need to remind you too that there is this misconception that obviously eggs are a source of protein, but they are not high in protein. So if you are having 2 eggs and some toast for your breakfast, that is not enough protein to start your day. You need to be looking at around sort of 20 to 30 grams of protein as part of your high protein breakfast. And like I said, that's why for me personally, having that protein powder is the quickest, easiest way to do it. Like, I'm sure you're the same. Like, I don't want to sit down to like a piece of steak or a slab of chicken first thing in the morning. Like, I like a light breakfast. I like fruit. I like yogurt. I like sweet things for breakfast. So the protein powders are perfect. So like if I feel like something chocolate, I'll add the chocolate protein powder. If I feel like something that's got coffee in it, I'll have coffee protein powder or vanilla or peanut butter, whatever it is. I can tailor that protein powder to suit what I'm feeling like and like what I'm craving at that time. So definitely start your morning with a high protein breakfast. Now, I know you're probably going, oh, but Jen, that just sounds really simple. Yeah, it is, because it works. It works. High protein breakfast works. And as soon as you start doing it, like I said, with this little 7-day reset, you will start to notice the benefits because you will be able to go, oh, okay, I don't feel hungry and it's like lunchtime. And normally it's like 10 o'clock, I'm starving and I'm eating chips and lollies and biscuits and I've stopped at the 7-Eleven and all of these kind of things. So definitely number one, get onto eating a high protein breakfast. Okay, next, tip number 2 for our reset. I want you, and it's along the lines of our protein topic again, aim for protein with your 3 main meals. So like I said, if all you can do at first is just focus on that breakfast, do that first. Do that first, conquer that, master that, make that a healthy habit that you do consistently is eating your high protein breakfast. And then when you've done that, start adding protein to your 3 main meals. Okay, so breakfast, lunch, and dinner, and make sure it is an adequate amount of protein. Now, I don't want you to get stuck in this thing of like, oh, well, every breakfast, lunch, and dinner has got to be 20 to 30 grams of protein. It doesn't always work out evenly like that. So what I mean by that is, say, for breakfast, you might have a scoop of protein powder and it's got 20 grams of protein in it, okay? And then for lunch, you might have like this huge chicken and salad roll and that might have 40 grams of protein in it, okay? And then your dinner might only have 30. Like, it doesn't have to be that set amount at each main meal, but you just need to aim to have a good source of protein, of lean protein. So think chicken or fish or steak or beef, fish, tuna, whatever you like to eat with your meals, and you will significantly notice how much fuller you feel, how much more comfortable you feel, how much less you're snacking and picking at things. So number 2, aim for protein at your 3 main meals. Okay, and number 3 for our 7-day reset, water. Now, again, I know that you've heard this before and you're going, yeah, but Jen, like water, what's that going to do for me? It's not going to help me drop my 10 kilos. Yes, it will. If you drink enough water consistently, it will help you a lot with your healthy eating and with your weight loss goals. Majority of us adults do not drink enough water. And a habit for me that I found has really helped me is that I will just always have one full. Like, there's always a water bottle in my house. So like, I'm sitting here recording this podcast for you and right next to me, there is my pink water bottle and it's filled and I will just sip on that throughout the day. I also get into the habit of not leaving the house without a small water bottle that I carry in my handbag, because quite often, and you're probably not even aware of this, but let's say you're out and about or you're grocery shopping or you've had to nip into the shops to get something after work and you haven't drunk enough water, and the immediate thought is, I'm hungry. And often it's not that you're hungry, you're actually just dehydrated. So it's really important to keep up your water intake throughout the day. And I know a lot of people often say, oh, but Jen, I really struggle to drink water. There's lots of great ways you can add, like you can have like greens powder in your water, or there's like low calorie cordials, or there's lots of other ways that you can add up adding like chopped fruit and things to your water can also add some flavor. But again, it's just like anything. It's just a habit. If you get used to always having water with you instead of always having coffee or a can of Coke or something different, you will just get into the habit of consistently drinking water. And like I said, it will help to make you feel fuller because you're not so dehydrated. And
if you are curious about this membership, about Jen's meal plans, about all that she's talking about, you've got to join her membership. It is money well spent. I can't imagine how much longer I would have gone on searching for answers that Jen showed me were right inside of myself. Life-changing.
So if you just get into the habit of carrying your water bottle, drinking water regularly, you will find that it will help you to make better food choices because you'll be able to say yes or no to a food because, you're not dehydrated and you're fully hydrated. So make sure that you are always carrying your water bottle with you. And like I said, it's just a habit. It's just a routine. It's just something that you'll just get into and it will just become your new normal. Okay, tip number 4 is clean out your fridge and pantry. Now, I know that this is one of those jobs, especially as busy working mums, that often just gets shoved to the side and we just keep putting that we go grocery shopping or food shopping and we just shove the new food and stuff on the front. And you would actually be quite surprised what you've probably got already hiding in your fridge and pantry, and probably some things hiding in your fridge that you really don't want to know about or that are moldy and gross and need a good clean out and a throw out. So spend some time this week and just clean out your fridge and pantry. And when you do this, here are a couple of tips that can help you for your reset. Something that I have realized and I have learnt from personal experience is if you put stuff at your eye level in your fridge and pantry, sort of that, that kind of like middle section, if you put things there, that is what you will reach for first always. That middle section of the fridge and that middle section of the pantry. So think about your fridge and pantry at home. What have you got there? What is in that middle section? Is it the junk food? Is it the chips? Is it the lollies? Is it the unhealthy food? My biggest tip for you is to move that stuff. Our brains are lazy. We like easy, simple things. So when you open your fridge and your pantry and you're tired and you're hungry, that's where your eye line goes straight to. It goes to that middle section in your fridge and pantry. So if in that middle section you've got some healthy snacks or like little sort of portioned out treats, those kind of things, that's what you are going to gravitate to. So make sure that you can still have like chocolate and chips and all that other stuff. You can still keep that stuff in your fridge and pantry because all of those things are part of eating a healthy, well-balanced diet. It's okay to have a treat, but just don't put them at your eye line in that middle section. Put them somewhere else. Put them right down the bottom. Put them up the top, sort of towards the back. So they're not the first thing that you see when you open up your fridge and your pantry, because basically you're just setting yourself up for failure because, like I said, that's where your eye will go. That is where your eye line will go. And that is the first thing that you're going to want to eat every single time. So put those things in the lower shelves, in a drawer down below, up the top. You know where they are, but just so they're not the first thing that you look at. Another thing that you can do when you're cleaning out your fridge and pantry, especially with your fridge, is have some meal prepped snacks ready to eat. A lot of our Hype Gal members will prep like fruit and vegetables and then put it in that middle section in their fridge, because when you open the fridge and like there's this beautiful fruit salad that's waiting for you, you're like, great, going to grab that out and eat it. Like I said, because our brains like lazy, we like quick things, and whatever is in our eye line is the first thing that we're going to grab. So it could be the same too with your pantry, like have some healthy banana muffins or lower calorie choc chip slice or something that you really love. You can have that all meal prepped and sitting in your pantry waiting for you to grab and eat. So there are some ways to just be a bit more mindful and just to eat smarter. Okay, number 5 for our reset, get your daily steps in. The majority of human nature, busy women especially, we have stopped moving. We do not move enough, and that is just the reality. It's because our society has changed. We have computers, technology, and we just spend way too much time sitting now, way too much time. And you would be surprised at how very little steps you actually get. And this was the case for me when I first got into like health and fitness and stuff, and I wanted a watch, like so I could track my steps and things like that. And I thought I was doing quite a few steps. I was not doing a lot of steps. You think that you are, but you're not. And moving daily is such an important part for longevity, for like not just weight loss, but also maintaining your weight loss. Like the benefits of just daily movement for like your longevity of your life, your health, all of those things is huge. So it's really something that we should be making our priority. Now, a couple of tips for you. Get yourself a watch. If you can't get a watch, if you don't have the money to buy a watch, so there's like free apps that you can buy and you put them on your phone and just carry your phone in your pocket to track your steps. You need to know how many steps you're doing, okay? Because then you can work on improving from there. So track your steps and then just set to improve them. So if you've tracked them for a couple of days and you go, I only do like 4,000 steps, say, all right, I'm going to aim for 6. My goal for the next 7 days with my like healthy eating reset, start of spring, is I'm going to now do 6,000 steps. And then the next week, Aim for 7,000 steps and just get better at it. And you'll just find over time that you become more conscious of moving more in your day, like parking your car further away. You might have to wait for like a kid's sport for something, do a lap of the car park. There's lots of little ways that you can add in steps throughout your day. And I promise you, that probably sounds silly to you, but those small little things throughout your day actually add up to a lot. So try and aim for that sort of like between 7 and 10,000 steps a day, because it's about movement, it's about health, it's about your longevity, and it will also help to start moving some of that weight as well. Okay, number 6, sleep. Go to bed. Please just go to bed. Stop scrolling on your phone. Stop watching Netflix. Stop just mindlessly staring at the TV, or go to bed. Sleep is so important, and sleep significantly impacts the way that you eat, how you eat, and the food choices that you make. You think about it. When you are tired, it is very difficult to eat healthy. Now, I've been doing this for a while, and even me, if I am tired, any healthy habits that I have go out the window, and I just want to eat junk food. I want chocolate. I want chips. I want a bag of lollies. I want a big fat coffee full of caramel syrup. Like, I just want things that are going to give me a hit to keep me awake for a little bit longer. So go to sleep. Like, I know it sounds really simple, but just go to bed earlier. Put the phone away, go to bed earlier, have some phone-free time before you do switch off and go to bed, because that can really help too with the quality of your sleep. And aim for 7 to 9 hours a night. Now, everyone goes, oh, but what's the perfect amount? There is no perfect amount. And in my experience, I found everyone's different. I'm definitely like an 8 or 9 hour sleep girly. That's just me. But I also know people that can function really well off like 7 hours sleep, and that suits them well. So I think everyone's sleep requirement is a little bit different. But if you are struggling with healthy eating and weight loss, I definitely recommend making sleep a priority, because it does significantly impact how and what you choose to eat. And you will be surprised at how much more in control you will feel if you are not so tired all the time. Okay, number 7. And this is one I don't think I've talked about on the podcast before, but it's something that I found was a really great way on my own weight loss journey to help me to make better food choices, to help me to make better meals, more nourishing meals, more healthy meals. And I wanted to share this little tip with you. So this is number 7. So what I want you to do this week for your 7 days is every time you make a meal, so whether that's breakfast, lunch, dinner, dessert, snacks, whatever you are having, I want you just to look at that meal that you've just made for yourself, and I want you to say to yourself, where are the nutrients? That's it. So look at your food and go, where are your nutrients? Okay, so if you have gotten out of bed and you're really tired and you're just going to have some toast to make yourself a coffee and then head off for work, look at that piece of toast and that coffee and go, where are the nutrients? Now, we can say straight away, well, there is not many nutrients in a piece of like Vegemite toast or piece of jam toast and a coffee. So where are the nutrients? So how can you change that? Okay, well, I'm going to change out my piece of toast and I'm going to have a tub of high protein yogurt and some fruit. Where are the nutrients? There's lots of nutrients in there. There's the protein. There's all of the little micronutrients, all the vitamins and minerals in the apple. Do the same with your lunch. It's lunchtime and you go, oh, just really short on time, and I'll just go and I'll just run into this cafe and I've just grabbed a lemon cheese toastie. Okay, again, lemon cheese toastie. Where are the nutrients? Okay, can you make a different choice? Can you get a chicken and salad toastie instead and have that toasted with like cheese and sun-dried tomatoes and all of those kind of things? So there's some spinach and some vegetables and things in your toastie. Just ask yourself at every single meal, where are the nutrients? And add something in. Add some fruit, add a vegetable, add some water with it instead of the coffee. Like there's like all these, and I know that when you're listening to these things, you go, oh, but I just want the weight to come off, and I just want the simple things that you do will work. Okay. These things will make you feel better. These things will make you feel fuller, because when you're adding more fruits and more vegetables and things to your diet, it is the fiber, and the fiber helps you keep full. It also helps your gut health. Like, it has so many benefits. So, don't just sort of go, oh, but I'm not going to do that. Have a look at each of your meals, look at it and go, okay, where are the nutrients? What can you add in? What can you swap out? Like, really simple. This isn't about calories and complicating things and like skipping meals and all those kind of things. Just focus on where those nutrients are. So there are 7 really simple things that you can do. Sorry, I'll do that bit again. There are 7 simple things that you can do this week for a healthy eating reset, and you'll be surprised at how good you feel if you implement those things regularly for the next 7 days. And you're probably thinking, yeah, but Jen, how's that going to help me lose 10 kilos? These are the exact habits that I do, that our Healthy Eating Hype Girl members do, and they are getting results and it is working. So always want to stress with you that simple works best. So really easy. At the start of the 7 days, ask yourself, how do I feel? Do you feel tired? Do you feel sluggish? And then again, at the end of the 7 days, ask yourself how you feel. Do you feel more fuller? Do you feel satisfied? Are you less tired? Are you craving less sugar? Do you have more energy? A lot can change within 7 days, and you can really start to look and feel better within yourself. So definitely recommend doing those habits for 7 days. And then if you love them, continue with them. Keep going, because you really, really will notice the difference doing those habits consistently over time. Don't forget too that you can download my free reset checklist. I'll pop it down in the show notes below. I hope you've got lots of little takeaways from today's episode, and I'll see you all in our next episode of the Healthy Her podcast. Thank you so much for tuning in to another empowering episode of the Healthy Her podcast. If you enjoyed today's chat and found it helpful, hitting that follow or subscribe button would be amazing, because your support means the world to me. Come connect with me on Instagram @theactivebod for your daily dose of inspiration and for loads of new easy meal ideas. Take care and keep thriving. See you next week.